Chuck's Guitar Geekery. Today I'm checking out yet another set of cheap pickups because why not? These ones are Guitar Madness, and they've caught my eye on eBay for a while, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Mainly caught my eye because this bridge pickup here, on one side it's a Alnico 5 single coil, and the other side it's a dual blade ceramic hot humbucker in a single coil size, so it's essentially two pickups in one here. And they came with a diagram of how to split it, but I don't know. It's not quite doing how I wanted with a split. I initially tried having a blend knob on here, but I think it was some phasing issues. It did not sound right. So I have that on a spin-a-split here. And the way it's wound up is all the way down is just the blade humbucker on its own. All the way up is the blade humbucker and the single coil on its own. Then you got these two Alnico 5 single coils here. So, like, subscribe. I don't have affiliate links to eBay anymore, but if I can find these on Amazon or something, I'll have it linked below. But the amp modeler I'm playing through, you know, cheap pickups, I figured I'd go through a cheap modeler. Donner Pocket X. So it's an AM2 data capture I did of this PV Classic 30. It's what you heard at the beginning there. And if you join my Patreon, that capture is included if you join the Patreon. So same with the opening jam track, but let's just get into some sounds. I'll stick with distorted and then I'll go to clean later. So this is pretty much the tone you heard at the beginning, just with a little less reverb. So this is on the bridge pickup with both the blade and single coil together. So when splitting it the way they said to do it in the diagram, it really is a subtle difference. I think what's really happening is when it's split, it's the dual rail humbucker on its own, and then when you have it combined, it's the humbucker and the single coil on its own. Maybe there's a way to have like each one on an on-off switch or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to play with that some more, but I'm digging the way this sounds as it is, so I think I'm just going to leave it. Like for rhythm, you have it all the way on the split mode. It's a little thinner, a little tighter sounding, and then for lead, if you want a little more like fatness and oomph for single note stuff, you combine the two together. So that works for me. Let's go to these other two pickups here. So single coil, a little noisier. Okay, so now I'll throw in a little bit of, I guess, issue I had when installing these pickups in this guitar. Is this wiring is 500K. So it's 500K pots, which makes a humbucker sounds good, but makes the single coils sound a bit harsh. So there's two ways around this. I still say when you're mixing single coils and humbuckers in the same guitar, using 500K pots is the best way to go. Then there's a resistor you can put from the hot of the single coil to ground, and it makes it see what's 250K, like the typical single coil guitar has. But I was out of those resistors, or I misplaced them. They're in this room somewhere. But these two pickups have the tone pots still, and the tone pot is not going to the bridge pickup. So I do have the tone pots rolled back a little bit to balance it out, but to my ears, that gets it about where it would be if it was seeing 250K. So I will link below. I have done a video on that subject. I'll have that linked below so you can check that out for yourself. But that was all distorted. Let me go to clean and see how it does clean. Okay, so now I'm on a clean capture I did of actually my PRS MT15 here. So it's a 606, pretty run-of-the-mill clean tone. So let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so clean here. A few things I'm noticing. The middle pickup actually almost seems hotter when going into clean, so I don't know what that's about. But once again, this weird bridge pickup here, this is in split mode. And I'll bring in the full humbucker mode. Another point I'll bring up here is I did order it. I think they have several options, but the middle pickup is reverse wound supposedly, so these 2 and 4 positions should be noise canceling. I guess it's a little less noisy. Okay, so my final thoughts. For the price, not bad. This bridge pickup, it's something unique, so I bought it pretty much exclusively for that aspect. Maybe I'll try the one that's 2 dual blade humbuckers in a row and see what that sounds like altogether. I don't know, but another caveat with these I found after I installed them is there's so much magnet strength and pulling in these pickups. I guess they're that hot that you do have to have this bridge pickup down kind of low. Otherwise, the magnetic field kind of like pulls on the strings. And I guess the best way to find that out is put it on a tuner. And if you're holding a note, you pluck it and it's kind of like wavering all over the place. That means that the magnet's kind of interfering with the strings a bit. So these pickups do have to be kind of lowered a little bit, which that kind of makes the humbucker balance with the single coils a little more, which isn't a bad thing. But if you put these in and suddenly your guitar will not sound in tune at all, that's probably a major culprit, you know. So let me know what you think. Back to my Patreon. So every week I do a backing jam track to whatever video I'm doing that week. So for $2 a month, you get that backing jam track every week. And I have a heck of a back catalog now because it's now July and I've been doing this for Patreon every week since about November. So you have that back catalog of backing jam tracks. I try to do a variety of things. Most of it winds up in the rock realm. And then for $3 a month, I do Tonex and AM2 data captures. So AM2 data captures will work in any of these devices. Plus, Envob just came out with their MK300 pedal, which is like a full featured version of those. So I have that on its way. I'm excited to test that out. But that and Tonex. So I do Tonex captures of usually whatever I'm demoing that week. I'm doing pickups, so I can't capture that. So I'll find some unique capture to do for this week to include. But if you like the captures you heard in this video, I put those on Patreon quite a while ago. So join the Patreon, you can get those. But anyways, that's it for this week. Till next time, see y'all later.